Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Intuitive Healing. My name's Bianca, for those of you who are new to my channel. Today's topic, I've just been called by Spirit. It actually was a few days ago that I wanted to do this challenge, and I did post it on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, about what if you spent 5 minutes per day for 1 week feeling good thoughts about yourself. And the challenge that I actually wanted to post was more to do with sending love to somebody else, or sending love to somebody that you can't be close to at the moment, physically close to. So for those of you who don't know, I do Reiki. I do a Usui Reiki and Tumo Reiki. And basically, with everything being energy, that is my belief, it's really quite that simple, where with focus intention coming from your heart space, you can send love across the world to a person whom you love, and if they're in receiving mode, they can receive what you're sending them. Last year in particular, a lot of my other psychic senses came on board very loudly. And it's taken a while to get used to some of them. And one of them is telepathy. Telepathy has been around for a very long time, and especially with the communication age that we're in, where we can send messages back and forth non-stop, and talk for free, and communication is so readily available in our world at the moment. So it's no wonder that as on the outside as within, it is a reflection of how we send thoughts and receive thoughts. So that's one way of sending energy. Another way is sending love from your heart space. So there's kind of two different challenges that I have for you today. And neither of them are at a different level than the other. I think both are as challenging as each other and as simple as each other. It just depends where you're at. I know that sometimes I'm just in receiving mode, and I need to be in receiving mode because my cup is not full. So if your cup doesn't feel full, then I suggest you start with challenge 1, which is spend 5 minutes a day for 1 week feeling good thoughts about yourself. So what do I mean by feeling good thoughts about yourself? Write down things that you love about yourself. Think beautiful thoughts about yourself. Say positive affirmations. Look in the mirror and tell yourself how much you love you and are grateful for all the things that you've done. Look back on your past experiences and celebrate the wins, especially wins that you forgot to celebrate perhaps. Sometimes we get caught up in this cycle of birthing something, doing it, completing it, and then just moving on to the next one. There are phases, just like the moon phases, which is something that I'll be bringing out soon. I definitely want to start manifesting with the moon. So if you're interested, leave a comment down below, and or subscribe to my channel so that you get the latest. There is a new moon in Taurus coming up on, I think it's Thursday our time, or on the 22nd, 23rd, which is a powerful new moon to manifest in. So I'll be doing a video on that soon. And what am I getting at is, come back to a place of stillness within yourself. So just take 5 minutes for yourself where you're not going to be disturbed. Write down some things that you love about yourself and really feel them in your body, so that every cell kind of tingles with excitement and gratitude for who you are, who you've become, all you've accomplished. And when the mind goes to, oh, but that wasn't good enough, or anything like that, just say, no, thank you very much. This is a time for me just to praise myself. And it's not egotistical. Is that a word? Egotistical? Whew. Thought I messed it up. It's not egotistical. I think that's how you say it. To do that. It's definitely something that many of us need to do more of, because it's so often that we project and give thanks and have gratitude for all that's in our life on the external, be it friends, family, or things that other people do. But rarely do many of us, especially empaths, actually come back to themselves and have gratitude for all they do, for what you do for yourself or for others. So that's challenge number 1. Because I do Reiki, and Reiki is basically a form of energy exchange where you're sending love, you're channeling love from the divine, universal life force energy comes through me as a vessel and out to whoever is on the table or in front of me, or whoever I'm focusing on. And so it is something that everybody can do, especially Tummo Reiki, which comes from heart space, and where you're not actually having to place your hands on anything. By the way, if you don't know, I found this out in a very unusual way, but your hands here, the palms of your hands are actually portals of your heart chakra. And your hands actually grow out of your heart when you're in fetus. So what am I getting at? That's Usui Reiki, where you put your hands on somebody to heal. It's coming through, universal life force energy is coming through the heart out into the hands, and you're channeling that way. I personally, what I find more effective is doing Tummo Reiki, which goes directly from the heart out. And the Heart Math Institute, amongst other scientists, have proven that there is a electromagnetic field that the heart produces, which is hundreds of times stronger than what the mental body produces, or the field on how it extends. And if you want to know more information, I've talked about David Hawkins and his levels of consciousness before, which is where different emotions vibrate at on a hertz level. The heart is probably, I think it's about 460 hertz, and the higher levels of consciousness, and this is from my own experience, the higher levels of consciousness that you go and vibrate at and are able to sustain in that level of intensity or energy, you're able to affect more people. Your range, so to speak, gets bigger. So people that are at a higher vibration, you don't need so many of them, but if you come together in heart coherence, then you have a broader reach, so to speak. Whereas somebody vibrating lower, in a lower frequency, like anger, lower than 200, let's say, their reach isn't going to be very big. So even if they have lots of masses together, they are still probably going to be balanced out with a tenth of heart coherent people, conscious people doing work together. So challenge number 2, I'm getting there. Challenge number 2 is about sending love to somebody, maybe across the world, or maybe even in the same house as you, that's in another room. I know with my son, there's definitely times where we affect each other's energy. Actually, all the time, we're always affecting each other's energy. And so if one of us gets a bit too grumpy, it's quite easy for the other one to feel that energy. And so it's really important to stay in the heart space and in that higher frequency. Sorry, I had to stop it there. My phone ran out of battery. We're back now. So yeah, it's really important to stay in that higher frequency. And the actual fact is that when you're in a higher vibration, you can actually affect the other person's energetic field and bring them up to a higher level of vibration also, if they're feeling a little bit down. So my thought about this challenge was to send a loved one. In my case, I would start with my mum. So start with one person, do one person a day for 1 week. And this is, for example, if I start with my mum, she lives overseas in Macau. And so I would say, send mum a text, and I would say, Mum, would it be okay if I sent you some love? And hopefully she'll say yes. And if it's a good time for her where she's not going to be disturbed, then I would ask her to sit down in a quiet place and be open to receiving my love. Now, sometimes it's not so easy to be open to receiving. And what do I mean by that? I mean that we get caught up in our everyday life, in our stresses and all those things, and it's kind of hard to feel grateful for stuff when so many things in the world are looking grim. So I recommend maybe sending them a message, whether it be written, audio, or video, about maybe 3 or 5 things that you love about them. Or maybe sending some images of really fun times that you had together, so that they can get into that place of their hearts, just to bring them into that heart space, so that they can feel like they're in the present moment and they're not thinking, oh my God, what's my daughter gonna do to me? Hopefully mum's not thinking that though. So ask them first, and then next I would say, either send them a text or a message of some sort to get them into their heart space. Photos work for me. I know that whenever I'm having a hard time with my son and I'm not in my heart space and I'm all up in my head and I'm not really thinking about what's going right, instead I'm thinking about what's going wrong, and the stresses are just too overwhelming, all I have to do is look on my phone and look at baby pictures of my son, and I automatically just melt. I get into my heart space. So photos, or say some really nice things to that person, and just to get them into their feelings. Now, once you have them in their feelings, then sit in silence and just close your eyes and breathe in. And I just want you to focus on that person intently from your heart, in your heart, and just send them love. And gratitude is a wonderful way of doing that. Just by saying in your head, you can just say, oh, thank you so much for this and that, and just send them love. And do that for about 5 minutes, or however long you want to. Maybe you want to go longer than 5 minutes, and that's totally okay. And just listen to your intuition for how long you want to go on for, and then that's it. And if they want to do the same to other people, then they can. Otherwise, the next day you choose someone else, and you do the same process. And I recommend doing it just try it out for a week and see how you go. Of course, I'd love it if you do it for longer than that. I'm going to start my day 1 today, and let me know how you go. See how it feels. Have a chat with them after and see if they felt anything in particular. Maybe they actually picked up some images that you were sending of them, or thinking about when you were sending them love. I would love to know where you're tuning in from, whether it's from Australia or another country, and drop me a comment. And if you want to know more about Reiki, I give long distance Reiki sessions to help boost people's immune systems and really bring them into a higher vibrational state. I also am offering 50% off all my card readings, which is a massive discount at the moment. They're live readings, an hour and a half, or some shorter sessions if you prefer. You can go onto my website and have a look at that. And I'm really wanting to make more YouTube live videos, but in order to do that, I have to have 1,000 subscribers or more. So if you're wanting to hear more content from me, and get it at a faster, easier time, rather than me having to upload and do all that kind of stuff, and just have a live session, that way you can ask me questions as well, then share with your friends, whoever you think would like this information, and some of the information if it resonates. So give this video a thumbs up so it can be shared amongst others. I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works, but I'm pretty sure it works on subscriptions and likes and watches. So share the love. Let me know how you go with this challenge. And from my heart to yours, the light I see in you is the light I see in me. We are one. Namaste.